Welcome to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually shooting this video with my phone because my camera has a breakdown a bit, but I'm hoping that I'll reach the budget and it will be fixed in time. So in Busia, there is one gentleman known as Ababu Namwamba. Ababu Namwamba is William Ruto's point man in Busia and also doubling as the head of international relations at Kenya Kwanza. But I think after the last assignment in the 10 days tour in UK and US, Ababu Namwamba was told to retreat to Busia so that he can campaign in the grassroots for William Samoei Ruto. And what Ababu has been doing is been holding interviews, radio interviews, and I think doing some focus group discussion in Busia and campaigning for William Samoei Ruto. If you ask me, Ababu Namwamba made a blunder even to leave government. And the biggest blunder was not even leaving government, but going to side with William Samoei Ruto. For you to win any elective seat in Busia and to be of political relevance, you need to align yourself to ODM because ODM enjoys a fanatical support. Now, I want us to look at a video that has emerged of some gentlemen allegedly repainting an office that was belonging to UDA. So let us look at that video, then when I come, then after you look at it, we'll try to dissect and see what exactly is manifesting in that event.
Kuonyesha sasa hiyo ukurasa tunafunga, tunaanza ukurasa mpya. Hii ni dalili ya kuonyesha kwamba UDA tunaenda kwingine ambako mwelekeo nilimwambia. Kwa hivyo wale ambao wanaunga mama mkono, wafuasi wa mama wote watulie mpaka atakapokuja atatupa mwelekeo. Usiwe na wasiwasi, tutaenda mpaka kwa hivi. Asanteni watu wa Bujalani, muendelee kukaa na mama, muunge mkono, na hii kura tuna hakika ya kwamba tarehe 9 watajua walikuwa wananyanyasa mtu ambaye Wanyale wameamua awe kiongozi wao.
Now, I was paying attention to, even though I don't understand the Luya, so I don't know what they were saying, but someone was in the background saying Baba. But I was keen to the person, the gentleman who was, I think, being interviewed by someone there. He was putting on a UDA shirt. Then back in at the back, there was a guy who was carrying a placard, and that placard was actually written Ababu Namwamba is a conman. I think that's what was there. Then if you look at what the guy was saying, the guy who was being interviewed, he also spoke and was calling for the resident to support Mama. I don't know who in this context Mama will be. I would guess, if my guess can be right, maybe it's Florence Mutua, because Florence Mutua is eyeing the governor's seat there through ODM, and she's facing off with Otuoma. So this is what is showing here, is that the truth is this was an organized affair. someone organized this. Because I can say that, like, that is a rural setup, if I'm not wrong. And if you look at that house, it's a very old building. Most probably that was already a UDA office, or someone had just painted. Maybe it was someone's house, or maybe someone was running some kiosk or kinyoze there. Then he decided to paint it yellow to signify the UDA, or maybe it was a UDA office. But in the rural setup, no one can just take his money, just that group of youth. They cannot just make a contribution to go and repaint. Everything has to be organized. And I have a feeling that someone was behind that. Because again, you can ask yourself, if it was impromptu, so who wrote whatever was in that placard? Who wrote whatever was in that placard? Someone might have sat down and organized the way the whole thing was going to be executed. So ladies and gentlemen, I have some 5 pointers about this, and personally my observations that I've made from this, or what I can conclude from that video. I can humbly request you kindly subscribe and also click the notification bell, and bear with me. I know my sound might be a bit distorted, but as I said, I believe that God will make a way and our camera will be fixed by tomorrow. Now, one thing I want to understand could be that a UDA pointman from that area has defected from UDA to Azimio la Umoja. Because if it is not that, because one thing I know is someone might have sacrificed, and that is why they're actually, the fella that was being interviewed is trying to give an impression that they're now moving from UDA to Raila Odinga, and they will do what Raila Odinga is going to tell them. I think that's what they were saying. The Baba will follow what Baba have said. That is what probably I can see from that video. I want to tie that with the second point, that the UDA party structures either are not there in Busia or they have collapsed. But again, because I want to tie this with a feeling that maybe that was a UDA office. Most probably, the offices that are there, or the office bearer, the chairman, the county coordinator, the coordinators and all that people, that structure is either it's not there. Or if that was a UDA office, then most importantly they're not there. So what they wanted to show is this could also be a protest to Deputy President William Ruto, that maybe he's not paying attention to whatever is happening down there in the ground. But then let me tie something. What the casual narrative that people run with, that the ground is hostile. The ground is hostile, I find that a bit casual. The reason why I'm saying that is, whatever is happening, that repainting is not an indicator of how the ground can be hostile. It's not an indicator of hostility, because that is an organized, that is if it is something that will be natural, maybe, people, a group of women or people, just boda group, come from nowhere and they're saying, we don't want you there, we are doing this. But that is something that is scripted. But I want to tie this, that maybe the UDA candidates around that place, they have to decamp because they have realized that perhaps UDA is not popular in Busia. If I ask in this channel, the popularity of ODM or Azimio in Busia, I know I will be told it's almost 80% against UDA's 20. In fact, if there is a county in Western where Raila enjoys massive support, than even Kisumu and the rest, that is Busia, because there are majority of fellas there who are the Luo, who are actually members of the Luo community. And of course, with that assimilation, there are many Luo members there that now follow what the Luo members in Busia are saying. So I don't want to say it's hostility, but I want to say the popularity is going down, and that is why an aspirant somewhere sat down and said, look here, this is something that I want to do. Now, another thing I think could be, there was a UDA candidate there, promised those youths something, then it was not met. Unmet pledge. I can assure you this. if there is something that is very difficult to handle is expectations, especially people who are vying in rural areas. Even if you go somewhere and you say that you tell a group of youths that are gonna give you 500 shillings each, you cannot change that. In fact, when you say that, the number might increase, because in the rural areas, the politics is all about what you are giving, not even what you are saying. The number might even increase, and you find yourself now saying, because mko wengi, let me do 300 or 400. They won't even accept. In fact, it's a recipe for chaos. So what I want to understand could be that there was some unmet pledges there, or maybe some aspirant there did not and is a UDA aspirant. So just to punish and to find a way, someone took advantage to seize that moment and told those youths now to do whatever they did. Lastly, I think, and this is well indicated there, it's local politics playing in Busia, and most probably, and I think this is indicated, that someone wanted to shame Ababu Namwamba, or just wanted wanted William Ruto to see that Ababu Namwamba is inconsequential. Because I would ask, I'm told that the video is from Budalangi, so most probably is around Ababu Namwamba's place. If Budalangi is not, because Budalangi is not such a big place, it's not such a big constituency. So, and Wanjala, I think, is the member of parliament, if I'm not wrong. Raphael Wanjala is the member of parliament from that place. So someone might have organized that just to shame Ababu Namwamba. Maybe, you know, Ababu Namwamba is the UDA point person there, by the way, a most senior person, because he was in cabinet and resigned from cabinet to go and do the campaigns, which I believe was a wrong decision. So probably this was something that was just staged. And of course, I know deputy president handlers, of course, the campaign team have seen this video, and they can put up a call to maybe they can put a call to Namwamba to demand what exactly is happening there. But then what should worry everyone is the fact that they're mentioning some aspirant there. They're saying that now we're leaving and we're doing what, and support mama. The mama person, I think, needs to worry, because if this was organized by a politician, which I believe so, I want to agree with people who say that this is not the way to go. Yeah.